looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street. Yeah, what you got? You used to think you owned the street. Well, pack your bags and your ass is dead meat. Victory sweet.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Lowdown Show, the show where we review Raw and Smackdown from the weeks past and any news going on in the WWE. And we are part of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I am alone in the studio today. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. You can follow me on Twitter at RealKyleMasters. I am not joined by my co-host, my partner in crime, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy. He is unable to attend today's broadcast as he is at a Buffalo Sabres game. He's a huge Buffalo Sabres fan, so on behalf of Corporate Cappy, go Sabres, go. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite WWE podcast every Thursday on Spreaker Radio live and also on YouTube. You can check that out and check us out on that channel. Subscribe to the channel and check out any past episodes from the Lowdown Show and our old podcast from the Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. So head on over to the YouTube page, guys, and subscribe. Again, as always, if you want to drop us a comment or a thought to discuss on the air, leave us a comment down in the section below on the YouTube video, or you can tweet at us at NoHoldsBarredWP and use the official hashtag #TheLowdownShow, and I will get to read them out on the air. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the Raw and Smackdown review. A couple of notes I want to go before reviewing Raw and Smackdown. Both notes are on both shows. Raw was kind of awkward this week. It just didn't feel like a Raw on the road to WrestleMania. Like, it was too bland. I'm sure everyone else had a same opinion, but like, it just didn't feel right. Nothing that drove me to continue to keep watching the show. Like, I felt myself turning and flipping between channels. Like, last week's Raw was incredible. I didn't want to switch channel. I didn't want to miss anything. But like, this week's Raw, like, it had a couple of highlights with The Undertaker and such, but like, you know what? It just wasn't great. It was bland. Nothing exciting. Notes about SmackDown though. Why do we even bother watching this show? I don't understand. This week's episode of SmackDown is exactly why there needs to be a brand split. Like, 100%. There was basically only a couple things that were somewhat relevant to talk about or so. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but whatever. So let's just jump into it, guys. Raw this week was, again, bland. Triple H and Dean Ambrose had a segment to start the show. It started out very boring. Triple H putting the crowd to sleep already. Thankfully, for some reason, at the time, Dean Ambrose makes his way out, starts to defend Roman Reigns, saying he's coming for Triple H. Then Ambrose goes on by saying Triple H was scared to face Ambrose at WrestleMania, and that's why he loved the outcome of Roman Reigns winning that triple threat match at Fastlane. Then Ambrose challenges Triple H to a title match. Triple H basically says, yeah, we'll see. Sets up a match between Ambrose and Del Rio later on in the night, saying that, I'll make my decision after you have your little match against Del Rio. I mean, this could be promising. There's a lot of outcomes that can come out of this, so we'll see. Later on in the night, he did face Del Rio. Of course, you knew what was going to happen, though. The League of Nations interfered, causing disqualifications as per Triple H, and beating up on Ambrose. Triple H and Ambrose started to brawl for a bit after, and we finally get Triple H to accept the already predictable match. I think everyone saw this was going to happen. So, it was rumored at the time that it was going to be at WWE Roadblock, formerly known as March to WrestleMania. I'll get on that in another show. Then it was later confirmed this week that that is going to be the main event of that show, which I am going to. Me and my co-host and a couple of our friends are going to. So look out for that video. I plan on doing a vlog about that entire event. Then we end up by Triple H beating up on Ambrose on the announce table, like, really badly again. So this is very interesting. There's a lot of different outcomes I can see out of this. I mean, one outcome I can see is that Dean Ambrose could win the title from Triple H at Roadblock, and then Triple H can be so angry that, you know what, you're still going to have both your matches at WrestleMania, so you're going to have your street fight with Brock Lesnar first, and then have to defend your title later on in the night. So, or maybe it could be the match right after at WrestleMania. So that's interesting. It could go that direction, and then have Roman Reigns having to beat his own like best friend, his brother, at WrestleMania for the title, and then start his like heel championship reign, I guess. Or, you know, they could even have Triple H win this month, and it's interesting what they're going to do with this. So I'm glad I get to go see this event live. It's going to be really interesting. So the Dean Ambrose, Triple H, Roman Reigns situation is really heating up, to say the least. Also this week, Ambrose opened up SmackDown by cutting a promo about what happened to him on what happened with him with Triple H on Raw. And for some reason, Kevin Owens interrupts and attacks Ambrose. What the hell does Kevin Owens have to do with this? This is why SmackDown's really bad. So Kevin Owens interrupted and attacked Ambrose. This sets up a match later on in the night, which ends up being the main event. Ambrose ends up winning that with the dirty deeds. Owens attacks Ambrose after and tried to use a table, but then Ambrose tries to like elbow drop Owens, but the table doesn't break. It kind of just like falls apart. It was really, really poorly done. I'm really surprised the table didn't break. It's really bad. I really don't know why they included Owens into this. This was a terrible match, and just I'm glad it was on SmackDown, but it was such a poor match choice. And like Kevin Owens has nothing to do with this feud at all. I don't understand it. If you're not going to include him in the feud, why the hell would you have him face Dean Ambrose on SmackDown? This is why SmackDown's so bad. You have pointless and stupid shit like this happening every time. Speaking of Kevin Owens, what the hell is WWE going to do with him till Mania? Yeah, they just included him into the Dean Ambrose thing, which is not really including him. He's kind of just there for that SmackDown match. Are they going to have the IC title match, ladder match, something at WrestleMania? Like, it's not clear what's going to go on. Hopefully we find out in the next couple of weeks. But it looks like it's just going to be like him brawling with random people until we get there. Like, great. Way to book Kevin Owens, your Intercontinental Champion, with shitty, stupid matches that are irrelevant to his IC title in his WrestleMania match. That's great work, WWE. I thought that was really poorly done and really stupid. I hope they improve on that. Moving on Raw, we actually had the number one contenders match for the Divas Championship. The winner would go on to WrestleMania to face Charlotte for the Divas title. This was actually a good match on Raw until the end of the match. I knew this was coming. It's very predictable. Corporate Cappy predicted this. He thought it was going to add in the draw, and it ended up being a draw. The match ends with like a sunset flip kind of thing off the turnbuckle, which the two divas land in the weird surfboard kind of position. Mike Chioda counts to 3, then looks confused as all hell because both divas' shoulders were pinned by each other. It's finally decided that it was a draw. And I'm like, oh, great. I already know how this is going to play out. So anyways, later on in the night, the two were arguing backstage. Charlotte interrupts him and says, you know what? You girls are going to have a rematch at this number one contendership on SmackDown. Yay! Friday night SmackDown, Thursday night SmackDown, whatever night you like to watch this shitty ass show. This could easily be bad or really good. I mean, if it ends up being good on SmackDown, we could actually see a winner and making the show watchable for a change. Or it could go bad, and this could be just a repeat incident and the same outcome, which is likely what's going to happen, and it is what happened. So the rematch comes on SmackDown, and yeah, exactly what you thought was going to happen actually happened. Unbelievable, WWE. Unbelievable. Charlotte interferes in the match, which causes a draw somehow. This is what I don't get. She interfered in the match, and she attacked Becky first, so shouldn't Becky win by disqualification? I don't understand this. And then she attacked Sasha after, but there was no winner announced, so it was just a draw. Like, I don't understand. I think that's probably a point Becky's going to use to argue with in the upcoming weeks, but there is just a draw. It doesn't make sense. So it's a draw again. I'm not sure how this is going to be booked from here on out. All signs do point towards a triple threat match at WrestleMania, which actually would make WrestleMania better than what it already is. So I'm guessing it's going to be a triple threat match, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Sasha Banks that comes out with the title at WrestleMania. It'll be an incredible start to her career, and I'm really, really excited for that match. So I'm really hoping that's what happens. Moving on, WWE continues to go with the suddenly popular tag team Y2AJ. And if you haven't seen, go on WWE shop. There is an official T-shirt for Y2AJ. They are actually going through with this. Oh my God. I don't know how I really feel about this, but we'll go along with it. For some reason, people are actually enjoying this too, so whatever. It's cool to see these guys come with their combined movesets, I guess. But come on. We're on the road to WrestleMania. This is where you need to set up feuds. I don't think that they're going to be a tag team going into WrestleMania. I thought Y2J and AJ Styles would have separate matches. I thought it was going to be AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but I guess not. It kind of looks like these guys are going to stay a tag team for a while. Oh boy. This might set up for the tag titles at WrestleMania, actually. I kind of see it now. Oh, great. All right. Well, they challenged a New Day on Raw to a title match for next week's show. Whether they win it or not, there's not really a most likable outcome. They'll probably win on a DQ, but I see them getting the title shot at WrestleMania now that I'm thinking about it, and probably winning the titles. I mean, it just feels awkward. Again, like I said, this Monday Raw was awkward as hell. If Y2AJ wins the tag titles, it's just because Y2J tours with Fozzy. It's really hard to have them have a long title reign unless Chris Jericho just turns on them and the tag championships end up fighting each other, something like that, like they've done in the past. Speaking of awkward, let's talk about the Undertaker and Vince McMahon segment. This was so weird and short and just terribly scripted. This whole segment, I was excited. I was really pumped for this segment all night, and it ended up being really, really bad. The only good thing that came out of this was The Undertaker doesn't look like he's under the control of Vince. Looks like he has his own character. He's not a heel or corporate Undertaker. And B, Vince made it really personal with his closing remarks against Shane, which really adds intensity to the match. If you haven't seen it, go take a look. It was a long spiel, but he made some intense remarks regarding Shane and like the family. Undertaker came out and was introduced by Vince McMahon as his personal weapon or something stupid like that. Undertaker says one sentence. He says one thing and then leaves. Why the hell would you hype this promo all night for Undertaker appearing on Raw, for him to say something for like 20 seconds and then leave? I don't get it. Oh my God. We saw more of Undertaker in his stupid long entrance than we actually saw him in the ring in this segment. But you know what? Good on Vince for making it less of a garbage fire of a segment with his closing remarks. So, again, another awkward part of Monday Night Raw. It just wasn't nothing. It was too bland. Nothing hyped me up for it. And after that segment, I was just like, why the hell should I just watch the rest of Raw? Why don't I just change the channel? It was terrible. Anyways, moving on. It looks like Ziggler and Miz are continuing their feud till WrestleMania. I guess is another thing to get excited about. I'm not really sure why I'm excited, but it kind of looks like it's going to be a feud of roll-ups. Yes, you heard that correctly. Roll-ups. Miz won via roll-up on Raw, and then Ziggler won via roll-up on SmackDown in the same fashion. So, I don't see them having a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, because that would be a really terrible one-on-one match. I'm thinking both of them are going to be put in maybe the IC title match, whether it's a ladder or what kind of match they're going to do with the IC title. Or maybe they'll get, I can't see them in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but, they could be put in there as well. But that's what I'm thinking. These guys are going to be scripted till WrestleMania. I mean, these guys can actually put up a good match if they actually had a good story and a good match script. As for now, it's just garbage. It's terrible. It's hot garbage. No one wants to see it. Anyways, moving on. The Dudleys and the Usos are feuding more. It looks like the feud will definitely end in the tables match at WrestleMania. They keep teasing tables, so my guess is they're going to have a tables match at WrestleMania. Bubba defeated Jey Uso on Raw. When the Usos lost to League of Nations on SmackDown, the Dudleys came out and attacked the Usos, and they teased the table spot, so there's another tease for tables, but they didn't actually go through with it. They just beat the Usos down. This could actually be a good match at WrestleMania. I actually enjoy watching the Dudleys. They still have got it. Usos are pretty good as well, so they could actually put on a really good tables match at WrestleMania. So we're hoping for something good to happen out of this tag team match. But also, it was announced that Shane was going to appear on Raw next week, so we'll see what he has to say in regards to The Undertaker. this feud, there's so much mixed reactions going around this feud. There's half people are still saying that Shane is a place spotter for John Cena. Like, John Cena is going to come at the last minute or even at WrestleMania and fill in for Shane. And there's others saying that no, Shane's been training, so it's definitely going to be Shane versus Undertaker. I still don't know how I feel about that match. It's out of the blue and really odd. Like, and it's a Hell in a Cell match. Like, Taker's 51 years old. And this guy can still pull off a Hell in a Cell match. God, talk about legend. So I'm excited because I love Undertaker. I love his in-ring product, and he's been a legend for years. He's probably one of the greatest superstars of all time. Actually, you can't argue with that. But to see him face Shane McMahon is just weird. It's, again, another awkwardness to Raw this week. I don't even want to talk about SmackDown. SmackDown was just awful. Besides the stuff I talked about already about SmackDown, the rest was garbage and pointless. This is why there needs to be a brand split on SmackDown so you can actually make it interesting. Actually, they interviewed Kevin Owens the other day, and he actually thinks the brand split would be awesome. He thinks it'd be chaotic, but he lives for the chaos, but he agrees that the brand split is necessary. Other than that, guys, see, again, I had nothing else to talk about. This is how bland and boring Raw and SmackDown was this week. You're on the road to WrestleMania WWE. You need to pick it up. I guess another thing I could talk about is the name change. They changed March to WrestleMania, the event we're going to, and it's live on the WWE Network on March 12th. From March to WrestleMania to WWE Roadblock. Why the hell did you change the name to Roadblock? I don't understand. But it's advertised that Triple H and Dean Ambrose is the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We also have Brock Lesnar taking on Luke Harper. I believe the highlight reel has the New Day on it. AJ Styles is going to have a match. It was also announced that the NXT Tag Team Championships are going to be defended. The Revival against Enzo and Cass. I'm excited to see that. There's rumored that Sami Zayn is going to have a match as well. So I'm really excited for this event. I can't wait. We got the tickets way back in like January for this, so it's already gotten better than what it was advertised back then. And my girl Paige is going to be there, so I'm ultra excited about that as well. But yeah, guys, Raw and SmackDown this week, very bland. Really nothing else to talk about. This is going to be a very short show. And not a lot of news out there as well. I've been searching for something to talk about, just nothing. So we're just going to have to wrap it up here, guys. Very short show today. I wish I had more to talk about, but not a lot. Tune in Sunday for my side show called the Sunday Night Heat, where I talk about like anything that gets me like fired up, like just like the name change of March WrestleMania, anything like that gets me fired up. I'll talk about. I got a couple topics for this week. If you have something that fires you up, tweet at me. I'm at Real Kyle Masters at Twitter, and use the hashtag The Sunday Night Heat, and I'll read them on the air, and we'll get fired up together about it. So if you want to get included on the show, please tweet at me. Other than that, guys, that's probably going to wrap it up for this show. I don't have any tweets here, so we're good for not reading any tweets this week. That's going to wrap it up for another episode of the Lowdown Show, guys. Your favorite Thursday night wrestling podcast, and the reviews and discusses Raw and SmackDown when it's not bland. Like this week was pretty bland. But anyway, we discuss any important news going on in WWE. Be sure to go over to the YouTube page and give this video a like, share comments in the section below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, go over to Twitter and follow our Twitter handles. Twitter handles. God, at No Holds Barred WP. That's the official Twitter handle of our podcast. You can follow me at Real Kyle Masters, and you can follow my co-host Corporate Cappy. Remember, you can also check us out on Spreaker Radio. That's where we do all our live broadcasts. Be sure to follow us on there as well. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. And until next Thursday, and until Sunday, where I'll see you on the Sunday Night Heat, remembering you to keep it on the lowdown.
You're looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street.